This week we really struggled to get down some narrow roads, persuade Lucy to be incredibly naughty, visit a stunning part of North Yorkshire and give tips to save money when holidaying with the kids. If you're new around here, we're a family of 5 people. There are 2 adults, Paul and Lucy, and 3 children, Maisie, Martha and Olivia. But this week it's just the adults because it's date weekend. So welcome back to the channel. We've just set up the caravan up. It's now me and Lucy this weekend, so it's not just me on my own. We've came down just past kind of Leyburn and the place near Beedale, and it's called Pheasant Hill Caravan Park. And it's a brand new caravan park. It's just been set up, and it's literally kind of obviously been an old field that have not long changed, because if you go on Google Maps, it is still a field. So for tea tonight, we're going to have chicken gyros. Have you ever tried this? But they're really, really nice. So they taste a little bit like the ones you get from the takeaways, but they're not as expensive. About £6 from Aldi. That's what our tea is for tonight. And it's a beautiful night after all the heavy rain, so we're going to have a little bit of a set outside. So normally you'd have the gyros with a bit of salad and a few chips, but we forgot those. So we're just going to have the chicken gyros as it is. It's still very nice. It comes with a bit of sauce. The sauce you have to put in a bit of hot water, and that just kind of heats it up, because eventually obviously it's completely frozen when it comes out the well, obviously the freezer. So we'll have a quick chow on this, and we'll see you in a bit. Now in the actual treat cupboard this week, we've got that orange and the rice. I'm quite surprised. I thought the orange by now would be absolutely like furry and mouldy, but it's holding up well. This cupboard is a real nightmare at the moment. If you put bread in it when you go away, it lasts very little time. I suspect there's not enough airflow getting in there, but orange is surviving so far. So I've decided to come out for a little bit of walk. I don't know if I'm becoming a bit of an old man, which is true because I am 41. It's my birthday the other day. And there's a kind of a set of people there, maybe 10 people, and they're not causing any bother, but I've just got to the point where they're just dead noisy and they're laughing away and chuckling away, which is fine, but it's kind of a bit annoying. So I've decided we're gonna have a bit of a walk and a bit of explore, and we'll see what we see as we go into the village. So it's Burniston Village. Let's have a look. Something to buy the We've been on a little adventure. We've walked 5 minutes on the road and we found a pub called, let's look at the sign, the Woodman Inn. So I've got a cheeky pint, and Lucy's got berries and cherries, old moot cider. It was even more complicated because the guy behind the bar said, do you want the old moot cider version or do you want another version? So it made it more complicated. But having a cheeky beer and then we'll walk back, and hopefully people have kind of quietened down a bit by then. Cheers. It's that sweet life. Good morning. So we've woken up here and it looks like another beautiful, gorgeous day. And the plan is, while Lucy goes in the shower, I'm going to go out on a little adventure to go and grab us some breakfast. So we've got plenty of plans today, so stay with us. And we're going to go to a beautiful location, hopefully a little bit later on, and we'll take you with us. Breakfast of kings. My diet's gone completely out the window. So we're just off on our adventure today. We're going to go to 2 places hopefully. The first place, apparently parking's not the best. So Lucy's already looked at me. We've discussed that the parking's not the best. So we'll find out. So maybe we can park there. We'll find out in a few, 25 minutes. And then the second place is near the first place. And again, I don't really know what parking's like around there, but I think you can walk up pretty reasonably. So come and join us on our adventure today, and we'll see if we actually get parked. So as you can see behind me, we managed to get parked at Leyton Reservoir, kind of near Beedale. Coming on the way here, it was really busy. There was some kind of steam event on, so if we get a chance, I don't know what it's the cost to get in, we might even go on the way back. So the next challenge apparently around here is there is a path, but it's finding where the path is. So we'll have a look. Leyton Reservoir is a reservoir which drains via the River Burn to the River Uri in North Yorkshire. There are a few other little reservoirs around the area. The reservoir was built in about 1905 to 1930 because of that time they had to build a massive train track to get all the stuff in and out. When we were there it was a bit low, but still a stunning location and a fantastic day. Life dangerously there, jumping over the fence that you're not meant to go over, but yeah, so recommend you don't do that. We're not actually going to go in the water, we're just going to have a quick wander down to the water, although Lucy's a goody two shoes, so she's decided that she won't do that. She doesn't like breaking rules and things. Is that you? Comment below. Are you a rule breaker or not a rule breaker? Just have a quick look at the reservoir itself, go and get the surface level, but it's glorious, it's bloody boiling. But as any British person, we complain when it's cold and we complain when it's hot. And it's hot, so let's be happy that it's nice and warm and it's not too extreme like it is next week. But quick thing, obviously we saw the sign there, don't jump in the water because it is normally freezing and your body can often have issues. A poor boy the other day, a few years ago, had went into the water, stood at the water, heart stopped. So you can come as a gate. Does the gate say yes or no? Gate says no. Oh, well, there's a gate, but at least the gate says no, but she's been a goody two shoes. No, not coming in. You rebel. Get back. Probably naughty here. We then decided to move on from the reservoir and visit another fantastic location, which is an immense place to see. Obviously, we left the reservoir and we came a bit along to see something like some kind of temple of some sort. But here the place we're at, it's like a cafe, but it's some kind of really cool looking tents and things. So it's a bit of a mini campsite. I can't pronounce the name, but I will put it down below. So you've obviously got a couple of like tenty bits there for the cafe. And I don't know if you can see just over there. There's a few huts, like tenty huts, and they also they've got like wood burners. It looks really interesting. It's really cool. Like it. Oh, I'll put it on this camera though. So this is the Druid Temple, all built a kind of big stone here. This is where they may have worshipped many years ago. I don't know who Druids worship, but whoever they did worship. And it's got a whole stone set around here. There's also a total stone bit on the top as well. And even behind Lucy, who's on the camera now, there's obviously some stones there. There is a table, big stone formation. It is free, I think, to get into this bit, but you do have to pay £3 for the parking down at the bottom over there. So let's have a wander around, let's see what it looks like. So the Druid Temple that's here is actually a folly, so it was built a lot later than the Druids would have been around. So apparently, according to the mighty world of Google, it was built somewhere between in the 19th century by William Danby, and it's kind of modelled on the idea a little bit like you get at Stonehenge. So it's not an actual real Druid Temple, which is a shame, but it is still pretty impressive to have a look at. Massive pile of rocks here. You can imagine putting all them on. They're a bit bigger than the ones me and the girls do at the beach there. Whew, knackered. So after we'd seen the fab Druid Temple, we wandered back down to the main site and had a little bit of time in the cafe. They even have some chickens on site and some amazing tables that used to be sewing machines. Now, back into Masham. We were just driving back to the campsite. There's a little village on the way called Marsham, which had the big steam rally in. That's why it was really busy earlier on. And we're going to show you a little trick that we do, particularly when we've got the girls, to try and save a little bit of money. So we'll show you what we're going to do. So the little trick to save money, particularly if you've got kids, is to go to a local supermarket and buy the lollies there rather than buy them separately. I know it's very tight, but these were £1.25, where you're probably talking for, no, it's obviously not a kind of real Magnum, but a real Magnum's probably somewhere in the region. So since we've been back from Marsham, done not that much really, sat and chilled in the sun, did a bit of editing, getting stuff ready for tomorrow's video, which if you haven't watched, you can go back after you've watched this one. And then we're going to walk back down to the pub. So 2 nights in a row, been to the pub. I'm not sure the last time I did that, probably was about 20 or something. Yeah, so we're going to have a little bite to eat, so you'll get to see what we have, because you obviously can't afford it normally when you've got all 5 of us, because it costs an absolute fortune. So since it's just the 2 of us, we'll make the best of the opportunity, and we'll see what's on the menu. So good morning here. We've woken up not that early. We actually lay in quite a bit. Quite a few caravans have already gone. There's a few empty pictures from last night. I was going to take you on a little tour of this site. So stay tuned and we'll show you what it's like for this site that cost us £24 per night. And that's for 2 adults without the girls at all. So we're going to give you a quick tour of this campsite called Pheasant Hill Campsite and Park, which is near Beadle and near Burniston. So in total there are 20 pictures. So 2 sets of 10, so 20 pictures that go around. Quickly show you those. New little layers at the end of today's version that come around here, as you can probably see. There are a few near the road. The road isn't particularly busy, but it can get a little bit noisier during the day, but it's not horrendous during the night time at all. And the pictures, the only thing I would comment that's not so good about them is they're not very level. So we've had to put the ramps on, I'm sure you would as well. So they're not the most level pictures, but they all have access to electric. And it looks like most of them have access to water as well, and they have a tap on there you can use. So good access for that sort of thing. Then you've got the main facilities block. So you've got the ladies, men's, and then you've got the baby change in the middle. We'll show you that in a second. And then just coming round this side, you've got a wash area. So a couple of sinks to wash your things in. So we've been washing things in there this weekend rather than what we normally do is we wash things in the caravan at a time, but since it's not that busy we decided to use that one instead. Let's take you in the facilities. So this is a disabled, but also I think it would be pretty good for children. So it's got your shower, toilet, all that sort of stuff. The reason I say it's good for children, I'll show you the other ones, is they all have this kind of white line, but it's not very good at stopping the water going out. And secondly, you've got a cubicle that size, so it's hard for the girls if they came to get in that sort of size. So personally, if it was me, I'd take the girls in this one, or if you had sons, because it's easier to get changed in here, I would say, than it is to get changed in the shower block, which I'll show you in a second for the men and the women. So this part of the park, I haven't even been to myself yet. It's been around here for a couple of days, but not been in this section as of yet. So let's take you to have a look. So this is like a little dog walking area, so plenty of trees around. That's a little bumpy here, but it's obviously to give you space to walk your dogs. I don't know how big it is, but it's always good that they've thought of that kind of thing. Or obviously you could just go on a little walk with the family. So just coming into the men's toilets, you've obviously got a cubicle there, a urinal, a couple of sinks, lovely soap as well, and then you've got the shower area. And that's what I was saying, there isn't anywhere easy to put where your stuff is, so it's a bit hard to get ready in there. But if it was me, I'd get ready next door if you've got children. But still, showers are great. They don't have that kind of pushy button, which is amazing, so you can stand in the shower for as long as you like. But well done, and obviously brand new showers being put in here. So what I've seen so far, it must be a 1 in, 1 out sort of system, and it just goes round here into the woody section. You can probably see the wood above me. Yeah, and it looks like it just kind of turns back round and then goes back the other way out the same gate. But it's well thought out, the fact that there is a space to walk the dogs, or at least to get them off kind of being sat around all day, I suppose might be the right thing I'm trying to think about in my head. Yeah, you can come back with us.